A filmmaker's capacity to generate horrific visuals from their innermost fears has grown increasingly conceivable as CGI has advanced. While some may argue that this detracts from the genuine horrors generated by practical effects in films like John Carpenter's The Thing, CGI creations remain with us long after the film has ended. So let's take a look at the 10 scariest CGI movie monsters. Before we get further, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Alright, let's get to it. At number 10, Pennywise, It. While this may appear out of place given that Pennywise is frequently not CGI and is performed beautifully by the immensely gifted Bill Skarsgård, it's when Pennywise is CGI that he becomes genuinely terrifying. Pennywise the Clown was the original terrifying clown, and the design of the remake demonstrates exactly how creepy he can be. Pennywise ups the stakes in It 2 several times, most notably in the Hall of Mirrors sequence when he murders a tin kid that Bill Denborough, played by the equally gifted James McAvoy, had attempted to save. Pennywise's scary, toothy smile is a terrible sight that you'll remember. At number 9, The Bear, Annihilation. Around the 75-minute point, the film transitions from haunting to plain terrifying, in a sequence that stayed with viewers, the scenario with the bears. The bear's design is pure nightmare fuel. Its front face is horrible with missing eyes and a projecting skull. When the bear enters, it opens its jaws and Cass's death screams erupt from within. The bear sequence is one of the most memorable horror scenes of 2018, and rightly so. The bear's design, along with its ability to imitate the voices of the people it kills, makes it a terrifying creature. And number 8, the Xenomorph, the Alien series. While the Xenomorph in the first extraterrestrial films was created using real effects, Ridley Scott's latest additions to the series have incorporated a CGI Xenomorph, allowing for a more dynamic and animalistic alien. This is outstanding when compared to the original design's mobility. The horrific aspect of a Xenomorph's birth heightens the terror. Most Alien viewers will recall the facehugger, as well as the terrifying scene when the young Xenomorph bursts from John Hurt's chest, as he sits down to dine with the rest of the crew. At number 7, Shelob, The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. Shelob is a terrifying creature with a huge, nightmare-like design. Shelob has dripping fangs and moves with the speed and fury of a huge spider. The design is authentic and horrifying, with his enormous hairy figure, but it's Shelob's actions in this sequence that are truly horrific, as she poisons Frodo and wraps him in the web, leaving him dangling in her cave until later. At number 6, The Homunculi, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. Critics gave Troy Nixey's 2011 remake of Don't Be Afraid of the Dark a mixed review, but it was apparent that he had produced something terrifying in his creation of the Homunculi. The small creatures reside in the basement of the movie's manor home and want children's teeth. They grow much creepier when they start whispering to Sally, the film's protagonist. The Homunculi attack in large numbers as well, taking people underground with them and transforming them into more Homunculi. Their monkey-like bodies and white, lifeless eyes produce a terrifying image. At number 5, The Dementors, Harry Potter. The Dementors in Harry Potter are terrible not only to look at, but also to be around. The Dementors are beings that suck the enjoyment from you, eventually stealing your soul if not stopped. They were once guards of Azkaban, the magical prison, and became slaves for Lord Voldemort in the later films. With a clear explanation, the Dementors strike fear in all who encounter them. In addition to this, the Dementors are aesthetically horrifying, cloaked in ragged black cloaks and drifting around like ghosts. At number 4, Cloverfield. Cloverfield appeared to be another discovered footage film mashup with the monster creature feature trope when it was released. The movie fully came alive when the audience beheld the titular monster, Clover. The actual terror in the film, though, comes from Clover's spider-like monsters, which appear both extraterrestrial and uncannily familiar. These tiny animals rev across the metropolis, killing anything they come across. The scene in the subway tunnels, where the monsters emerge from the darkness in the confined tunnel, exemplifies this point. At number 3, the T-Rex, Jurassic Park. It's not an exaggeration to argue that when Steven Spielberg helped transform the fundamental structure of blockbuster cinema. While the CGI had been utilized before Jurassic Park, this film helped popularize the method. To put it simply, viewers in 1993 couldn't believe what they were watching. The T-Rex is unquestionably the show's star. It was created using cutting-edge CGI and a gigantic animatronic that weighed over 18,000 pounds. While the computer-generated imagery seems a little antiquated now, it has the power to shock and astonish. At number 2, the Tooth Fairies, Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. These monsters, like the Homunculi, eat teeth and other organic things. They first appear in the film when Prince Nuada, the exiled prince of the magical animals, employs them to murder a crowd of people to reclaim a piece of the crown that he needs to command the titular Golden Army. The Tooth Fairies are an example of a little creature that appears cute until it attacks. One of the reasons for their anxiety is that the tooth fairies attack in large groups, swarming their target and consuming them whole. When we see this in the movie, it happens quickly and without mercy. And at number 1, the monsters from A Quiet Place. The monsters in the film are animalistic entities with acute hearing and the aim to murder everything they hear. Armed with razor-sharp fangs and claws and armored bodies, they appeared invincible for most of the film, having wiped off the majority of mankind by the opening. For most of the film, the viewer is denied a complete glimpse of the creatures, and when they see it, it is a terrifying sight. They have huge, lengthy limbs that allow them to move at breakneck speed. Well guys, that's it for the video. What'd you think about it? Let us know in the comments below. If you're new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and ring that bell to get notified about our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.